Alright, people. It has it's been a while. Basically, I quit Yu-Gi-Oh for a while. I quit around mid-August. So I was just enjoying myself, enjoying my summer, and my channel is or was primarily for Yu-Gi-Oh. So because of that, without any incentive to do any Yu-Gi-Oh videos, because I honestly wanted nothing to do with the game for a while. I just needed that good break. So because that was the case, uh, nothing's already gone up on the channel, and I always planned on doing other things with it, doing let's plays and stuff like that. But uh, I've just been busy, like I've been settling into uni and stuff like that. But um, now I am no longer busy, basically. So I've got some stuff set up, and right now I'll be going through my LC team on Pokemon Showdown. I used to play Pokemon like no, it isn't professionally, but like on a competitive level. I used to play it quite a bit, a couple years back, really. But I never really took it as seriously as Yu-Gi-Oh in terms of I never went to events or anything. But I have a lot of fun doing it, um, and I'm pretty good at it. So I'll probably do a few more videos like this. I'm playing LC at the moment just because I enjoy the tier. I think it's a fun tier. So I'll go through my LC team, and there'll be future videos where I of just me battling and whatnot, me commenting on myself battling. Those will be up, and I'm also doing a let's play of Pokemon Emerald, in celebration of the fact that Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are coming out. Well, in everywhere else in the world, it's already come out, but in fucking Europe, like we have to wait that extra week. So, in anticipation of that, I've I've started an LP for Pokemon Emerald, and that generation is one of my favorite generations. So it should be fun. I'm pretty excited about it. But for now, look at the team and this shit with Pokemon Showdown. Like it's been really bad in terms of connecting recently. Um, so this thing is just obstructing the rest of the team. It's pissing me off. But basically, the team is split into I guess like a primary core and a secondary core, because there are three Pokemon that are really important and then three that are in support of the first three. So the three most important ones, I would say, the first one is Hippopotas. Hippopotas with an Eviolite is just very, very good at tanking um, both special and physical hits, but mainly physical hits. Um, it's, it's just a very good tank. And the ability Sandstream is rather useful. It will gradually erode the opponent's HP. I mean, it does you as well, but you assume that the opponent will be worse off from the Sandstream than you will. Um, and in doing so, I don't really find entry hazards to be anywhere near as important as this tier as they are in this tier, as they are in um, other tiers. Is tier the right term? I don't know, but I'll just use that term anyway. Because in LC, like things will only be taking like like 2 to 3 HP off Stealth Rock and stuff like that. It doesn't end up being that significant. But the cool thing about Sandstream is that it creates an environment, a weather effect that will gradually reduce their HP, but it doesn't. Um, you don't have to use a move on it, unlike an entry hazard. Um, so even if the game is not slow paced enough for you to get a turn to use Stealth Rock, it's very easy just to bring Hippopotas in, because Hippopotas does tank a lot of hits and 4 switches, and then it will trigger Sandstream and whatnot. So it's very useful. It's just a very useful mixed tank. The moveset is pretty standard. I went with Stealth Rock over Rock Tomb because I used Rock Tomb for a while, but honestly, the only use to Rock Tomb is to hit flying types that you otherwise can't hit. but the only flying type that I've seen people really use is Fletchling, and Fletchling just gets completely obliterated by this team, mainly Growlithe. Growlithe just walls the shit out of Fletchling, so it's not really a problem. Stealth Rocks aren't amazing, but they're pretty useful still, so I think that's a pretty good move. And everything else is pretty standard really, so not much to discuss there. Then the second important Pokemon in this team is Growlithe. Growlithe forms the primary defensive core alongside Hippopotas. So this is a physically defensive Growlithe set. Between Intimidate and Will-O-Wisp, Growlithe establishes itself as one of the best physical walls in the tier because it naturally has pretty good bulk. And then you stick an Eviolite on it, then you have Intimidate as well, which is just an incredible ability in this tier. And Intimidate has to be one of the best abilities that a Pokemon can have in this tier. It's honestly incredible. And Will-O-Wisp as well. Growlithe is very, very good. It serves the role of defensive pivot pretty well, just because it forces switches quite a lot due to Intimidate. And being able to Will-O-Wisp as they switch out can often be a huge momentum shift in your favor. So Growlithe is a very, very solid Pokemon and lines up alongside Hippopotas quite well. So yeah, those two are my primary defensive Pokemon. I tend to run 2 to 3 defensive Pokemon in a team. I can explain how I build Pokemon teams a bit more in a separate video, but for the purposes of this video, I used Growlithe, and Growlithe is a very important Pokemon to this team. And the third very important Pokemon I would say is Pawniard. I went for an Adamant Choice Band set just because I want to be hitting things as hard as possible, and by maximizing attack to its fullest extent, you will get a lot of OHKOs that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise, mainly unresisted hits on just neutrals. Like Pawniard, the idea with this set is that you will kill something. Like you will kill something with a Pawniard, whether it's through Knockoff or Sucker Punch. Those are your two main moves. Knockoff is just an incredible move. Like if Pawniard gets a free switch in, then Knockoff is just deadly. And Sucker Punch is obviously a very, very good move, a very good priority move. Iron Head is just for coverage and a different stab. And Pursuit is for the occasional moments where you'll Pursuit trap something. I don't know, like a Natu or Gastly or something. It's rare, but there are occasions where you would opt for Pursuit. And it's a choice band set, so who cares? You can afford to have Pursuit. But yeah, those are the 3 most important Pokemon on this team. And then I run the other 3 to support that. So the first one is Phantump. Based on the typing of Hippopotas and Growlithe, it was clear that I needed a grass type on the team. So I experimented with Shroomish, Chikorita, and just all the standard grass types. And what I found with the standard grass types were that generally they would have movesets that were like Status Heal, Grass Stab, or something else. Like niche move, like Chikorita has a Roman Therapy, and they might have Leech Seed or something. And that's okay, but I found that firstly they were quite linear, and in terms of like those grass types had one use generally. They were pretty linear in their use. Like you weren't gonna sweep a team with that Pokemon, or you weren't gonna kill 2 to 3 Pokemon with that Pokemon. They were there to fulfill a very specific role, be it Cleric or Subseeder or Sport, whatever it is. And I wanted a bit more diversity, and also I found that those grass types were completely tanked by other grass types. Like when I used Shroomish, if they didn't have a grass type on their team, then Shroomish would be easily one of the best Pokemon in my team, just because Spore is so potent. But if they did have a grass type on their team, then my Shroomish became completely useless until their grass type was dead, because your grass type automatically becomes the counter to theirs, because yours will be immune to everything and it will resist the grass type stab. And I didn't want that, and that applied to Chikorita and everything else as well. So this was a problem. And to solve said problem, I ended up going with Phantump. Phantump is a very cool Pokemon. I would say it's a very balanced Pokemon, and the way that I built the moveset is as such. So there's a slow component in Substitute and Leech Seed. If you want to play it that way, you can very easily just spam Sub Leech Seed and gradually erode their health. But you also have Horn-Leech and Shadow Claw in case you do just want to hit things. And Phantump can hit things hard, so it's good. It's a balanced Pokemon, and I like the Harvest Oran Berry setup as well. Just because you can potentially uh, recover a lot of health. But I mean, like, things that would normally be able to 2-ko you won't be able to 2-ko you and stuff like that. And like just in general, Substitute plus Oran Berry and Harvest is good. It works well. It's synergistic with the rest of the team. So I'm very pleased with Phantump at the moment. I like it a lot. Then the fifth Pokemon I put in was Staryu, because Staryu fills a good role in that. It is an offensive Pokemon with really good coverage. Just Ice Beam and Thunderbolt alone. It's good, but then it also has Rapid Spin, which is occasionally useful, and it can hit things really hard with Hydro Pump. Like just on neutral hits, Staryu. It won't OHKO like say Pawniard will, but it will do a solid 80% to most things, which if you factor in potentially rocks damage and whatever, then Staryu can rack up some kills. And just the fact that it is water typing is useful. It will get free switch-ins, and when Staryu gets a free switch-in, the thing that I like about Staryu is that it rewards you for predicting switches very well, just because of the coverage it has with Ice Beam and Thunderbolt. So if you predict that they'll switch into, say, a grass type and you're rewarded correctly through the Ice Beam, it completely changes the momentum of the game. And yeah, Staryu lets you do that. It is a Pokemon that is flexible enough to enable you to do that. So I like Staryu a lot. It fulfills its role well. As an offensive water type, it seems weird to have a bulky defensive fire type alongside an offensive water type, but I think it makes a lot of sense. It's been working out very well. And the last member of the team is Gastly. Gastly, the idea with Gastly, like the way I build my teams is to try and maximize the value out of each Pokemon. If one Pokemon takes out two Pokemon, then I'd have obtained a profitable value out of that one Pokemon. Gastly just kind of encapsulates that that economic aspect to this game. It has 3 attacking moves and Destiny Bond and Focus Sash. So the idea is that Gastly should, in theory, be faster than not most things, but a large number of things. And either in 1 or 2 hits, it will be able to kill a number of threats. It will probably live through things because of the Focus Sash. You assume it will live. And between Destiny Bond as well, it should be able to take at least one thing with it. And that's all Gastly really is there for. It's there to come in, eliminate a specific threat, just as Pawniard is, except it's got less application than Pawniard. The idea is just that it will kill something, and either it will take 1 to 2 Pokemon with it, generally. And if that happens, then I'm happy with Gastly. That's basically what it's there for. So this is the entire team. I'll be using it in some battles later on. But yeah, there will be stuff on this channel, so it should be fun. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you around.